this is what something, three very strong areas has come from 2020, because a lot of people have had enough time and they have gone into restructuring, rewiring their thought process, because everybody was sitting with their relations, sitting with their whatever the household people they have, and whatever the friends, families, whosoever they can connect, right? So there were ample amount of time to do lot of research, to do lot of brainstorming on what we are doing in life. And I'm sure most of you also have gone through that self assessment or self analyzing power, right? You sat with your diary and you say, okay, fine, this month this has gone, this month this has gone. And ultimately, the 12 months entire mathematics, you could have figured it out very well. Yes or no? Right? We all did that. Now, here the important question comes to me here is, what is needed? Now, I have not mentioned here a third term called pessimist, because I don't think so that is the term which needs to be included here. Because if we are talking about life, we have to understand there is nothing called optimist and pessimist. It's all about what is your perception towards it, right? So where you stand, are you a kind of optimistic guy, or you have taken that as an opportunity? Let's do a self-analysis of this quickly. I want in the chat box, if all of you can just type a single word for me saying that 2020 you have been to an optimistic side, or you have been, you have been able to create some sort of opportunity for yourself. Let's see how many of you have utilized that entire year for your own opportunity ideas. Okay, so Sudarshan sir says opportunity, value of life. Fantastic. What else? Let's see what are the real life realizations we have gone through. Okay, optimistic, how to be optimistic. Wonderful. Dr. Lata says it was very positive and lot many opportunities and learnings. Very, very important. Physical and mental health. Great. Okay. Anybody wants to voice out how was your experience? What have you learned? Quickly, I want to take two voice outs. Anybody? 2020 made me to take both ups and downs well. I think wonderful learning. Got more optimism due to more family time. Okay, wonderful. Fantastic. I have not find out, I couldn't find out a single word called finance here. Have you noticed in all the messages? Have you noticed all the messages which you are sharing? People are not only right now finance oriented. People have gone into a realization of what are the other areas of life they have figured out. Right? Could be relationships, could be value addition, could be learning, could be, okay, what is my how's my mental health, how's my physical health, right? People has gone to the different dynamics of the life, because they have understood just by balancing one single wheel of my life called finance, I might not be able to do justice with whatever the life I want to create for myself. And I'm sure we all are aware of, life is not only about finances, life has equally, the wheel has to be balanced. You should have a good career, you should have a good business setup, you should have a good relationships, you should have a physical and mental health. Then only you can really enjoy your life and you can create that life from the right resources. You cannot have a life where only finances and business is working, your relationships are pathetic, or your mental health and physical health is taking a toss. We cannot have that kind of life, right? So why can't we work into a dynamics where we try to balance all these 4 or 5 areas of our life so well that we can really enjoy and create something meaningful for ourselves? Because today we all have this realization, right? So can we take this simple test for ourselves, that what are the 2 things we want to change or we want to probably start in our life right from today, doing it out onto a regular manner? It could be anything for you. Please choose your own areas. What are the 2 things you want to start for yourself, which you feel is equally important after realization? Just choose those areas, 2 areas, and if possible, please let's have a voice out, or probably in the chat box you can put your response. Okay, I have a number here. I'm sorry, I'm not able to get your name. 8348. This is the number. Opportunity to believe on today and not to worry for tomorrow. Okay, fantastic. Ever ready? Very good, Sudarshanji. I think this is what something we have to master. You should be ready, right? And you have to welcome whatever comes to you, and then you have to see what is the best approach, solution oriented approach towards it, because certain things are not in our control. And I think today we all have realized that power. All we have to understand is how to figure out the best way to get out of that problem. That's it. Writing a diary on what is happening on day-to-day basis. Wonderful. And Sureshji, why you want to do so? I just want to understand, just curious to know. You are on mute. Hello? Suresh sir, can you just hear me? Am I audible? Okay. Hello? I think, yeah, he's not able to connect.
I'm
yes,
very
sir.
sorry.
No problem, no problem. Please go ahead.
Yeah, in terms of writing a diary, I had heard about this concept way back. But so many things are happening. So you make a note of certain things in your life that this is what has happened, this has changed, or whether you are able to manage your finances, you are able to do your day-to-day activities well, or you are learning something new during this period. So all that, if you mention properly, somewhere you can link those things and live your life better. That's what I feel.
Have you started doing so?
Yeah, that is what I am saying. I am not writing. Honestly, I'm not writing on a day-to-day basis, but I'm writing on weekly basis.
Oh, great. I think anywhere you start is very, very important. And I'm so glad you have started. It's a very powerful thing.
Yes.
Very, very powerful. Even I was never been a believer of it way back, like 14 years ago, if I talk. But when I started my very first job, I realized this power of writing diary.
Exactly.
I think it's very powerful, and it's very unique way of reminding us as an individual on every single moment.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, consistent practice of health measures and optimum utilization of finances. Fantastic. Social media fasting at least once in a week to concentrate more on other important aspects of life. I think very, very important and very unique point, Dr. Vyas, because a lot of time I will say here that we all are having our social media presence. But the irony is we hardly are connected socially. Can I say like this?
Yes, ma'am, you are absolutely correct.
Why is it so? After having the best social media platforms, we have everywhere presence. What we post there, all our happy moments. We never share our what we are going through, right? We never share about what kind of challenges I'm going through, right? So basically, the piece which is actually needs your more healing is completely left out. So for the sake of connecting, yes, you are there on social media, but my question comes, are we really connected socially?
And ma'am, I also read somewhere that on social media, people are just posting their success and nobody's posting their failures. So we should get motivated from such successes only, but because people are not posting about their failures, so we do not know what exactly the other person is going through. So it is not, we can say that social media, though it is good, but we cannot completely rely and get ourselves demotivated seeing successes of others. Because at the same time, the person is going through somewhere failures also. So that is
absolutely. It's a journey. Always remember, success doesn't come overnight. And success is also not having a formula that you will never fail. You will be failing in different areas of your life. Then only you see that the next step is going to be converted to your success. That's the beautiful definition.
It is human practice. They'll give only the success stories. Nobody will share their failure stories.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you, a lot of people feel that just posting too many good, successful posting stories is going to make people feel happy. Now, let me tell you, consciously, we get into this mindset of looking at pictures. I'll tell you a classic example today. We all use WhatsApp. We all use our all social media handles. The moment you post one post or you post one status, what is your next minute intention or expectation out of it? You keep on checking your status, how many people have seen it, how many people have commented it, how many people have liked my post. Yes or no?
Yes.
We, knowingly, unknowingly, we get into this race that if I post something, there is a fixed expectation that, okay, this person has to like my post, irrespective of whatever I'm posting. And this is where we actually challenge our mental conditions very badly. And we get into this mindset of just comparison, right? We get ourselves into a mode of comparing each other with two individuals, which is having no balance at all. And that's how we actually disbalance our entire emotional wellness. And today, I think our emotional wellness is something, our mental toughness is something which needs more than our physical fitness. Because I personally believe that our fitness, when we talk about, it's not only a physical well-built body for me. It's something called your mind equally needs a good thought, good ingredients on day-to-day basis, and that actually reflects on your body. Correct? So if you have right thoughts, if you have healthy thoughts, and you are connecting with the very positive surrounding in and around you, and you are mentally able to take decisions in a very, very stable and balanced manner, that whole thing will drive your life further. Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Right? We all believe that. We all have seen it, right? So it's not only about building a physical body, right? Our mind also needs everyday exercise. What sort of thought we are feeding to our brain equally plays a role in your physical health also, right? So please make sure, even if you do yoga, you do meditation, you go to a gym, you do whatever you love to, but please take care of your mental health also, because if your mental health is at risk, it is very sick, or it is very running at a very low frequency and low energy, that will not have a good impact on your physical health also. Correct? So fitness, please have a combination called mental wellness plus physical fitness. That is a complete fitness pack for you. Right? Second most important question, as a realization has come to us, don't take anything for granted. And I'm sure this is what we started doing years and years ago, right? We never used to thank people in our life. Now, when I say people, we all have our parents, we all have our siblings, we all have our brothers, sister, colleagues, XYZ people in and around us. Ask yourself a question. Are we thankful to them? Have we at least spoken one single statement, giving them a power of, giving them a gratitude, or giving them a thanks, even for a small things, right? For example, your mom is cooking the best food. How many times you give a compliment to your mom? Mom, today vegetable was very good. The food was amazing. Do we speak like this? Do we speak like this?
Yes.
Sometimes, not every time, isn't it? When we are into good mood, yes, we will definitely give a compliment. But there was a missing link even there also. This is one simple example I'm sharing, right? So we have to understand nothing has to be taken for granted. Let it be even your relationships. Let it be even your personal, time. Let it be even your mental health. Let it be even your physical health, your finances, your business. Everything needs to be respected into well-stipulated life. Correct? You cannot just have a balance in one single area of your life and can leave your remaining 2 or 3 areas untouched. So I think this is a serious realization where we have to understand health is also important, wealth is also important, family is also important. So you have to now work towards that action plan, how to create a balance. Because creating the right balance will give you more happiness. Third, very important question, because I think just now Dr. Vyas has shared that we only see the happy things happening on social media, and we just, get motivated, and we just, slightly fool ourselves saying that everything is happening good in some people's life. Why not in my life? Okay. So very much relevant this question is, does the rat race really takes us to a happy place? My answer to this question is, your competition should be with you. You are the whole and soul powerhouse of your own life. Why you have to give the charge of your own life to somebody else? Why you have to compare your life with somebody else? Today your life challenges are different. Today the way how you have made your choices in life are very different, right? So when that whole set of journey itself is very different, how can you expect the same outcome? Right? You have to do certain changes, and the changes, it has to start from you. Nobody else can do on your behalf. So please understand, don't just be into this running race. Okay, fine, that person is doing this person is doing that. See, there is no harm in taking positive things from people. Please take it. Learning is always good, but learning does not mean that you do self-sabotaging. There's a difference between these two things. Correct? Randomly, you don't get into this mindset of, okay, I want to change from tomorrow onwards everything. And that's how you mess up more and more in your life. First, develop that zone, understand the things from your angle, that whatever the changes I want to bring, why I want to bring those changes in my life, right? I should know that if I'm buying anything new, am I feeling happy about it? Is it something relevance attached to this particular product or service in my life? Or I'm simply buying because my neighbor has bought it, right? So don't get into this entire mindset. Suddenly you see any one of your friend is going for international holidays, and you get charged up. No, after 2 months even I will go also for international holidays. Whether you have a budget or not, that is secondary. But because the rat race here says I have to also put my status up, just by proving myself I can also go for international holidays. Please understand, these all things will not lead you anywhere. This will only create imbalance in your own life circle. So my sincere, I would say, opinion here is, you are the best person to compete with yourself. Today you have to think how you can be a better version of yourself, rather than you put somebody else in that frame and start competing against them. Because the moment you do your self-analyzing, you have your self realization, you accept yourself the way you are, then only you can see slightly changes in you. So compete for yourself, not for anybody else. You are in this particular world, on this particular planet, to create difference in your life first, and that's how you bring the beautiful change for rest of the people. Right? Don't waste your time in running a race which is completely baseless and meaningless. Next,